Today, I witnessed an entire army base grind to a halt over a glimpse of an old tattoo peeking out from under my faded shirt. It hit me hard. People never outgrow judging a book by its cover, no matter the hidden brass or history beneath. If you're wondering why one small mark silenced a room, let's just say some stories never make the history books, but leave scars that never fade. The sun rose slowly that morning over New Mexico, its harsh golden light exposing every wrinkle and scar like a spotlight of judgment. I gripped the steering wheel of my battered Tacoma, knuckles white, feeling every year since I first stood on a firing line. My name's Elena Morgan, though to most on that base, I was just grandma in an army shirt, a faded PT top, black shorts, and an old duffel. I wasn't there to make a statement, just to show up as I always had. But sometimes, simply being present speaks louder than words, especially to those who've never earned a scar that I flash my ID at the gate, met by a kid too glued to his phone to look up, a new crop more interested in group chats than the world around them. Parking beside shiny SUVs, I heard recruits on the track, their voices a mix of nerves and excitement, searching for someone to affirm their place. Stepping into the lobby, the icy air and flickering lights greeted me, along with a dozen unfamiliar eyes tracking me like an outsider. A couple of staffers paused, one muttering cosplay under a breath. I let it slide, a skill honed over years. Don't let it stick. Waiting at the counter, a kid, Specialist Riley, I later learned, snapped my photo and sent it to the base group chat with a snarky caption about senior citizens playing soldier. Laughter spread, morphing into memes and cruel jokes with every tap. After decades, you'd think it wouldn't sting, but it does. You just learn to mask it. Lieutenant Sanders, all crisp uniform and cautious politeness, called my name like a routine update, scrutinized my paperwork as if the authorization letter was a forgery. The lobby watched, half hoping for a breakdown to validate their assumptions. I handed it over, face blank, hand steady, while whispers swirled. Should be home watching TV, trying to prove something. They didn't know and didn't care to ask. The breaking point came when they told me to change my shirt or leave, claiming the Army uniform wasn't for people like me anymore. Glances sharpened as I nodded, reached for my duffel, and peeled off the faded PT shirt, folding it with care. For a moment, my back was bare, revealing the tattoo, a block of numbers, the wings of falcon, not a dare's ink, but a mark earned surviving a place few knew existed. Silence fell, a new tension creeping in. Some looked away, ashamed. Others stared, trying to place the mark. A few, like Staff Sergeant Alvarez, froze, recognizing its weight. I pulled on a stiff Navy base t-shirt and returned to the lobby. Admin staff muttered about people who can't let go, while recruits mocked an old lady shuffle, getting their laughs. But I'd faced this before. Every base, office, or classroom had its skeptics ready to laugh, to declare your time passed. What they missed was that being the punchline means you're still standing to AT the track for evaluations. They made me wait, a staffer scrolling her tablet, pretending to verify me. The sun scorched the gravel as more recruits arrived, whispering, pinging my photo with jokes about Army refunds and senior PT. I sat alone, patient, a discipline forged through deployments, funerals, silent mornings. Nearly 40 minutes later, my phone buzzed, a message from Sergeant Major Harris. Hang in there. If they give you grief, let me know. A small comfort, knowing I wasn't alone. They finally cleared me. No apology, just a curt bring a printed copy next time. On the track, every stare burned, but some shifted, curiosity and maybe shame replacing mockery. Staff Sergeant Alvarez, having recognized the tattoo, made a quiet call, not to gossip, but to headquarters, using an emergency code. Word spread fast. Colonel McCall arrived, flanked by Major Bennett, the crowd parting as he approached. His eyes lingered on the tattoo, then he asked, voice low, where I'd earned it. Syria 2001, Rear Element, Night Falcon 819, I said steady. His face stilled. My sister was on that convoy, he whispered. She came home because someone held the line. His eyes gleamed with gratitude, not tears. Before everyone, McCall saluted me, sharp, unyielding. The room flipped. He declared I could wear my uniform, train recruits, and anyone with a problem could face him. Major Bennett followed with a formal apology and a base-wide policy change. The mockers fell silent, their bravado fading. Some, like Private Lily Thompson, looked at me with hope, a spark of courage igniting. Later, under the bleachers, Lily approached, nervous, clutching her water bottle. "How do you not let it get to you?" she asked. "It does," I admitted. "You just learn not to show it unless it matters." Sometimes the lesson is refusing to break. We talked, a quiet understanding growing between us, born of shared vulnerability. The evaluation run. I led at a relentless pace, not for applause, but because it was right. Recruits struggled to keep up, including Mason Price, the group chat king, who trailed behind, winded and silent. As each finished, I waited, nodded, offered a quiet word. The field hushed, not with ridicule, but with respect. Before leaving, some thanked me, shy or sheepish, a few admitting they'd learned something. McCall and Bennett handed me extended clearance. The door opened for future service. Driving away, the sun set at my back, the base shrinking in the mirror, but a new rumor was born. Sometimes, the quietest presence leaves the loudest echo. Maybe you see yourself in Elena Morgan, standing firm, doubted, or inspiring others. If so, share your story in the comments. Where have you seen quiet courage or been changed by someone who led by example? Like, subscribe, and let's keep these tales and that strength alive. Legacy isn't medals or headlines. It's the choices you make when no one's clapping and the way you lift others to stand taller.